In war, there are no timeouts, no contrived popularity contests to decide life and death. This program is about the 83 young men of Class 234 and their 6-month-long struggle to become U.S. Navy SEALs in a training course called Basic Underwater Demolition SEAL Training, or BUDS. BUDS is far more than another reality television survivor contest. There is only one rule to remember. It pays to be a winner.
Oh, right here! Get back here! Do it again!
In the first minutes of day one at BUDS training in Coronado, California, Class 234 is falling apart.
2 minutes! You don't make it? Guess what happens? You do it again!
Trying to obey impatient SEAL instructors, Class 234 is completely disoriented in the pre-dawn cold of late November.
23, 44, 45,
In the darkness, there isn't time for the instructors or the television cameras to learn 83 names. It won't matter. BUDS has a failure rate of over 70%.
65, 66, 67, 68!
Of the 83 students pictured here, only 16 will graduate 6 months from now.
80, 81, 82, 83, 1, 2!
Every student harbors an inner belief that he can become a Navy SEAL. But when seconds seem like hours, enduring the moment can challenge anyone's commitment.
Oh, that was a saggy bat. You're on 7. You started out with 10 and you've knocked out 20 so far because you're sad. You're weak. Here's 8, 9, 10. I tell you what, when you're told to do something, you do it right. If you're doing a set of push-ups, you do them right. You want to screw off, I'll catch you every time and I'll make you pay.
Sleeper over here.
You will pay. And that goes for when I turn my back and I walk away. Because that's when I look at you the most.
It's one way to get somebody fired up to get them moving is just give them extra pressure and say, you know what, every evolution I'm going to be watching you and paying attention and making sure that you're doing the same thing that all of your buddies are doing.
Do it again! You guys get out of here!
Making a guy realize that he has to put out equally with his buddies. Basis of teamwork is being able to have a little bit of self-motivation, be able to carry your own weight.
What number are you on, Cheney? You're on 3. I didn't say 4. Don't you wish you were moving a little faster?
Day one is a wake-up. It's welcome to BUDS. They kind of get introduced to all the instructors. Intensity level as far as being right in their face for everything, every minute, every second they're out here is definitely at a higher level.
Straighten your mouth, James! Don't give in to the pain! You just adjust for it! That's it! Minor adjustments! If you can't do it perfect, then you just change it a little bit! Don't give in to the pain and quit!
This entire PT has been a joke. There hasn't been a single evolution that you have performed during the course of this PT that has even remotely resembled perfection. Everything has been sad, weak, and unreadable. And it's all because you're inside your tiny little brains self-defeating yourself.
Think I'm good looking?
Should have done it the first time, dumbass.
What are you doing? Where are you going?
After an hour, instructors show no sign of letting up. Their intention is for each student to question his reason for being here.
Hey, what is wrong with you? Nothing's wrong.
The instructors realize nobody will drop out in the first hour. The quitting will begin as soon as the realization sets in that this is only the beginning.
Thumbs up on that bar, do 1 pull-up. Thumbs up on top.
Yeah, you're looking for them to put out, that's all. Just give us everything you got, and that's fine. And you can tell if they're not giving you everything they got, you can tell. You see that guy who's he's not doing all his push-ups. He's falling down on his knees, and then you tell him to bear crawl around, and all of a sudden he's got all this energy.
Do a pull-up. Pull it up. Get up there.
Dismount.
Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep going. Keep going. Look at all that extra strength you had.
Class 234 is no different from any other BUD/S class before it. For the most part, students range in age from 17 to 29 years old. Everyone is a volunteer.
Get on the bar there, Butters. You should be all rested up by now. Maybe you can get one.
Each student has his own reasons for being at BUD/S.
All right, there's one.
I came here to BUD/S to be part of the best team around. I like having my buddies that I can depend on, and I would like for them to be able to depend on me.
Drop on down and...
Nothing's promised here. You can only try your best.
Just want to be one of the best of the best. Just wanted to see if I can measure up to one of the toughest things out there.
As dawn breaks over the exercise area, nicknamed the Grinder, the instructors see each student clearly for the first time.
Excuse me, Mr. Hawley. Get it up!
Get out of here!
Get up there!
What's up with these officers?
Get up there!
Shoemaker and Holly are officers who are drawing attention from instructors who demand that SEAL officers lead by example.
That's what they need. That's what they're asking for.
Hey,
Dismount, Holly. Go get wet.
Hit the surf zone. You don't even want to put out.
We got 8 weeks to work with them, and you can scream and holler.
Get up, Brown!
I'm hoarse already, and it's not going to work. You got to let the time take care of it. And usually the same names will show up.
Hey, stud boy.
This is stud.
Kreider. Get up there!
You better be a heck of a runner, Kreider, because you're lousy at this.
Come on! Nice work!
If the same names keep showing up and all the instructor staff feel that, this guy's not going to cut it, then he's going to get a little extra pressure.
It's been a whole minute since your name's been yelled out too there, Shoemaker.
Up, 1, down, up, 2, down, up, 3.
Oh, come on, Shoemaker.
Lock it out.
Get on up there.
Lock it out.
Lock it out there, stud boy.
Lock it out.
All the way down, all the way up. 5, 6.
Lock it out, stud boy. Get on up there. Who's that guy up front there? Hoffman.
Get up!
Get up there!
You're supposed to lead by example.
Shoemaker. Oh, you remain there, Shoemaker. Get on up there, stud boy.
Despite Shoemaker and Holly's obvious distress, BUD/S is not about humiliation.
Whatever you have to do, kick, scream, fight, I don't care if you have to chew on that thing. Get up there! Get up there! You're starting to realize the kind of effort you have to give here. Thing is, it's not cutting it for you right now.
Leadership is essential to class unity. Geddes is the officer in charge for Class 234. A 3-year veteran from the fleet, he is the leader the class relies on for stability.
OIC, officer in charge. I'm just responsible for the welfare of the men out here.
This is what I wanted to do for a long time. This is the best job there is in the Navy. Working with highly motivated individuals and people who want to be here. If you want to narrow it down, it has to be the best job there is.
8, 9, 10, 11.
After breakfast, a class muster reveals that one student is gone. Less than 3 hours into day 1, and 234 suffers its first drop-on request, or DOR. The word spreads quickly, but there is no time for questions or reaction.
Hey, what up, Butters?
When Geddes learns that a student has dropped out, he has no time to worry about it.
We're moving!
With the different ages and maturity levels in the class, it's going to be a long day. And 234 must remain focused on the next evolution, the timed 4-mile run.
Hey, listen up. We got this run going on now. After the run, people who pass probably stretch out. Those people who fail probably get beat for a while.
And 60% of the people that fail this run today will not make it through Hell Week.
Hell Week, 5.5 days of misery. The instructors tell the students again that failure for most is a statistical destiny.
Go!
Any student unable to complete the 4-mile run in 32 minutes or less before Hell Week begins 2 weeks hence will be performance dropped from training. For half the class, this is their first time at Buds. For the rest, it is their second, third, and even fourth try. For Rivera, the class LPO, or leading petty officer, at 29 years of age, this will be his third and final try to graduate.
I was actually in Buds in 1995. I quit. Mentally, I just wasn't ready. I was in the last class, and I got rolled back in Hell Week. I feel out of everything that I've done in the Navy, this is what I want the most. I'm thinking I'm going to make it this time.
Demeter, 32:48. Nobody passed today. All right. And they have some fast runners that will pass or with no problem on a good beach. Go. And we know that. All right. But today, it's day one.
Casey, 32:52.
It's hello, this is Buds, and we're not here to mollycoddle anybody.
Did I tell you to go drop down? What did I just tell you? You come in, you give me your name, you check in with your time, and then I'll tell you to go.
Yeah.
You don't start making up your own rules around here, Casey.
35:53. Surf zone, go get wet, run! We want these guys to dig down, give us everything they've got. The time isn't so important to us. The time isn't what it's about. What it's about is to see the guys are digging down and giving us everything they've got and showing us that they have the intestinal fortitude to punch through. It's like the only thing out of this timed run that you're going to end up benefiting from is the fact that now you know what it means to be wet and sandy. If I ever tell you to get wet and sandy again, or anybody in the instructor staff does, you get wet and sandy from head to toe. Just like you are now, you're completely covered. A lot of people don't understand what sandy is because they don't pay attention to detail. They don't discipline themselves to get fully sandy. You do know that now, right? You know it now because you failed the run and we got you sandy. So you still end up benefiting in one little way.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're supposed to be the strong one, one that people look up to. I wouldn't even want to be under your leadership in a real team in the unlikely event you make it. Because your weakness, you could get yourself and teammates killed in a real-life situation. You better figure out if you want to be here or not. You got a long way to go.
Geddes is singled out for being physically unprepared when he reported to training. As the OIC, he is an obvious choice for close-up scrutiny from SEAL instructors. Although SEAL training is the same for both officers and enlisted men, Buds instructors are experienced SEAL operators who hold their officers to a higher standard.
Pressure is just always there for me. I mean, I'm always feeling some kind of pressure, especially as the OIC.
I want you to take a look. You got your chest here, I got under your neck, I see your arm here. You got told to get sandy. Yeah. That means from head to toe. You're an officer as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Pay attention to detail. All right,
yeah.
You got to discipline yourself to do that. You got to do that so the guys are going to follow you. If you get given an order, it means do it properly the first time. Get sandy.
Yeah.
I guess the hardest thing to do is constantly stay motivated so you can complete every evolution and make sure you do it and just keep going every day.
In between your legs?
Geddes will get continuous pressure until he proves he is fit to lead. It is a challenge that he must win or risk losing control of Class 234 and being dropped from training.
You're an officer. Make sure that you're leading from the front. You're setting the example, all right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys out here who are E1s and E2s. They're going to follow your lead.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hold you to a higher standard. Get out of here.
Hurry up!
After the run, Class 234 prepares for sea.
Hey, knuckleheads, why don't you guys move down?
The instructors hope that surf passage will cause more students to question their commitment to training and drop out.
Right now it's a little small. We saw some bigger waves earlier this morning. You never know, though. It can pick up at any minute.
Surf passage consists of boat crews racing each other through the surf in their 10-foot rubber rafts. Most of the class have never seen waves this big.
Fellas, come on now. This is the fun part of the day.
Oh, I'm fired up!
It's going to be fun.
All right, stroke, stroke. I'll tell you what, go faster, dig deep, and just say stroke every time, and we'll get out there.
In Boat Crew 11, Fox, an enlisted man, is instructing the boat crew. Instructors are not pleased. Shoemaker, the boat crew leader, is not showing leadership.
Right for sea!
After his poor showing earlier in PT and the 4-mile run, Shoemaker is bringing unwanted attention on himself and his boat crew.
You're going to see life jackets scattered.
Paddling rafts in high surf is more difficult and dangerous than it might appear. Men can be smashed together in the boiling water, get hit by flying paddles, or become tangled up underneath the raft. In Surf This Big, the emphasis is on swim buddies sticking together and boat crews working together. But the pressure to win the race is never ending, and the instructors are watching and waiting for any signs of weak effort.
One man left in that. Another one.
You got to put out. You can't be afraid, even when it's big. When it's time to go, you got to go, and when it's time to sit back, you got to sit back.
This guy lost his battle. Go around him. It's a through, damn it! Get the boat, extend an arm now. Let's do it again, fellas. Same race.
Boat Crew 8 has won an earlier race and been allowed to rest before returning to the surf. Meanwhile, Holly and Boat Crew 3 receive a motivational timeout for their poor performance. Holly is learning. It pays to be a winner.
The first morning is, you just pretty much expect the worst. And it was pretty bad. They hammered us pretty good. I wasn't as prepared as I should have been coming in.
Everybody but Demeter recovered. Boat Crew is waiting to participate in a race. And you're holding them up right now.
Instructors never forget a name, and neither will the class if the failure of an individual brings unwanted attention to the group. One of the ironies of BUD/S is that a student can excel in one event but fail in another. Demeter, the fastest runner in the morning run, is now singled out for his physical weakness.
Hurry up, Demeter! Your boat crew's waiting on you!
Nice. You guys need to get a heck of a lot more aggressive than you already are.
Low carry. Low carry.
Want him? Coxswain, report. Go report.
Get off your knees!
You want to be here? I don't think so. Your weakness can jeopardize your entire boat crew, get them killed in a hot situation. You better start putting out. They're kind of starting to pull it together. It's much better than they were this morning. They were soup sandwiches this morning. Boat crew 1, you better pay attention to detail when you're giving a command.
Surf passage is not simply an exercise for the students to get pounded on by the waves. It reinforces a bigger lesson, the main lesson of first phase. Individuals cannot survive in wartime. Class 234 must develop a trust in teamwork. No matter how high the surf is, no matter how cold and wet they become, trust in one another is the essential SEAL trait for survival, at BUD/S or in war.
You guys ready to put out now? Same race. Go.
It's just determination. They got to have their minds and hearts in it. If they don't have that, then they don't have anything.
This big mom is out there even bigger. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Got it. Put it in there. You got it. Yes.
There it is. Oh, yeah.
Paddling. Oh, you got it.
Quit paddling.
You got 7 heads out there?
When these waves come down on them, and it pretty much, it'll flip the boat over and it'll turn them into little ants and sugar. But then the calmer it gets, it's just no fun. And then we do foot races and whatnot.
If your back's not straight, your butt is in the air. Nolan, butt in the air. There you go. How tough was that? That's the rest position. It's only going to get worse, Nolan. It's only going to get worse. Hey, there's other programs out there, Nolan. Rangers, SBU, something else, Nolan.
Every single day you're planting that seed. You're bringing them a situation where they have to struggle to overcome some kind of obstacle, but most of it's mental. They overcome it and they go on. If they don't, you know.
Why are you wearing those bars? Khalid, you realize that if you make it to a team, that you might be in charge of me.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Boat Crew 9 at? Where's the
You think you can take command and charge over me?
Boku knows.
Not ready yet.
Hey.
It's obvious.
No one is immune to pain, but getting seriously injured is the one thing every student fears the most. If the injury is severe enough, the student will be dropped or rolled back, and he must start all over again.
We made it all the way out, but then on the way back in, this wave went right behind us and it just made the boat and went up like that, and my leg went in between the main tube and the cross tube. And when the boat went, it just kind of rolled my ankle with it. It was all real quick. You always have to have your paddles in the water if the wave's about to break on you, or if you're in the wash. If your paddle's not in the water, you're just really screwed. That hurt? Yes. Yeah.
Right here? Try to stand up, walk on.
I can walk on it, okay.
Go ahead and put your boot, your sock, and everything back on.
Yeah. You know, after getting like the moving back in it, you'll take some Motrin, you know, and then I'd be able to do it. You know, hopefully it won't affect me that much. I gotta get back to class.
After hundreds of push-ups, a 4-mile timed run, and paddling in 12-foot waves in 56-degree water, 2 students are gone and 1 is slightly injured. There are 5 months, 3 weeks, 4 days, and 5.5 hours left until Class 234 graduates.
Little reality check.
Waiting for inspection can give a student too much time to think. BUD/S is not a sport. Room inspection is intended to teach Class 234 a major lesson. Pay now or pay later.
Gumbayan? How do you say that?
Gumbayan.
Gumbaya? Gumbayan? Where are you from, Gumbayan?
Here in San
The
Diego.
class comes from all walks of life. Sailors from the fleet, high school graduates, and college students.
Those boots are, no.
Most were in the Navy before they arrived here. But despite the differences in age, life experience, and personalities, they all have 2 things in common. First, every man is a volunteer. Second, they all know 70% of them will never graduate.
Oh, Cheney, your name was popping up all over the place today. What's up with that? Are you trying out for most improved player there, Cheney?
No, I'm not an instructor.
Start off really bad and then just slowly improve and get the most improved award?
No, I'm not an instructor, Pastor.
You better shape up sort of quick. Your boots sort of stink there, Crispino, and your boots stink. You 2 can drop down.
There's a direct correlation between Jack London and your name. If you can name it, I won't drop you down.
Give me a good pair of boots. Where is a good pair of boots? Gumbayina, come over here.
Down, 7, down, 8, down, 9, down, 20.
All right, step over here, right here. Ooh, see, now those boots are decent. For first inspection, those are decent. And yours, I don't even think you shine your boots at all. Drop on down, pair on.
Oh, you guys drop.
Drop.
Attention to detail can never be taken for granted. The difference between living and dying often depends on how a SEAL platoon prepares before a battle is ever fought.
Let's make 2 groups, 1 starter.
A SEAL must anticipate problems and solve them before those problems kill him or his teammates. Merely showing up and paying attention is not enough.
All right, let's start over here.
We were here on Sunday from 9 in the morning till 9 at night. We were here for about 12.5 hours on Sunday. I'd say about 4 or 5 hours was spent cleaning this room, and then another couple hours was spent cleaning their office over at the compound.
I'll help you get the sand out of your doors.
I got one. Woo!
Gaines, I could tell that you tried.
This is my first time. It's taken me a while to get over here.
This is my first time.
So is it what you expected?
Yeah, it is now. Indoc wasn't, but it is now. This is it.
I know what I'm here for. I expected a lot of work, so.
This is more like the 5th or 6th time. I got rolled before. When I was here, I got a concussion during surf passage, got rolled. I got pneumonia in Hell Week with 1 class, made it through, tore my hamstring with another class and got rolled. It's the challenge for myself. I mean, you give something 110%. I mean, everybody here has been good at pretty much everything they've ever tried to do. So they come here and they get challenged. And when you don't meet the standard, some guys come back to show they can meet the standard, and some guys don't. They accept it. I mean, my whole career is based on this right here. I mean, 3 years, pretty much the time I have invested in here right now.
Drop down! Jesus!
Push them out until my arms get
We've
tired.
even got our names on our shirts, and you still can't get them right.
Morgan, push them out until my arms get tired.
It's the hardest training you can get into. It's a test of one's limits. See how far he can go, how far he can push himself. It's your ultimate resolve.
If you're not quite sure, I don't even look like Instructor Rector. I'm much better looking. All right, if you're not quite sure, there's a name tag right there, my man. You know, that's like the push on the door, when it says push and you walk up to it and pull it.
There was a bell by my bed in the morning. I wouldn't be here now. Every morning it gets me. I wake up, I just want to go back to sleep. You got to get up at 3 o'clock just to get in here by 4 so you can be over there 15 minutes before any of the instructor staff gets over there. And then you get out of here late at night, get home, see the family for like an hour and a half, and then it's off to bed.
Let's go over the river and through the woods to Grandma's house for Thanksgiving. Maybe the fairy will show up and clean my room.
Is this a hit? If you have more perfume than a woman, if you have more cologne than a woman,
I think that is a hit.
Hey, somebody break out the list. I think that's a hit. If we have a room that's outstanding and the deck is good and it's a good room, it's a good room. They're going to pass. This isn't a rigged evolution.
What are you up to?
3 hits. What are they? Dirt, dusty mirrors, dirt on.
Get it done.
Dirt on the windows in the bathroom, dirty deck.
Woo!
I might let that go. I might let that go.
Dirty tub.
What's this goo on your knife, Chera? How's it sharpening up?
Lock your room up, lock your valuables up. Do not change out. Check in to Senior Chief on the grinder.
Well, push them out.
The first 3 weeks of first phase are known as the gut check, culminating in the 3rd week called Hell Week, the ultimate test for a student's endurance. But Hell Week is not the concern at the moment. Passing room inspection is.
It's up to you guys.
Survival at Bud's is taken 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 evolution at a time.
Oh, Evans!
Most people think, you know, all they think of Bud's is Hell Week.
We have to go through a Hell Week? I don't know about that. I think it's just a bad rumor.
I don't know if I can say this, but how do you prepare for a kick in the balls, you know? You don't. You just suck it up. 2 minutes line, 2 minutes standing by for inspection. Yeah. You know, you got to want to be here, and Hell Week is definitely proof that you want to be here.
How many hits we got, bro? 2. 2?
And stand on the fridge, hit door for
You guys might just make it. Oh, never mind. Nasty window. You guys are done.
I think everybody flunks their inspection. I think those are the guys that have just been inspected so far.
What is all this?
Sand all over cabinet.
Sand all over everything.
Anticipation. It's worse than the actual event. It's going to happen.
Oh, you guys live off base, do you not? We do. I figured as much. That's why this place is so clean. Because they don't live here.
If you're married or if you have a place out in town already, you have to keep your room here, but you're allowed to go home at the end of the night. So I use that opportunity to see my wife and my daughter for a few hours.
You guys fail.
Cube to the shower.
Roll it up. Lock it up, go chain, report 0223.
Back straight. Get off your gut.
For those who fail room inspection, the reward is pain. The message is excruciating and non-negotiable. Put out or get out.
It's pretty normal what we see first inspection. They weren't completely wrecked, and they weren't completely good, but they were enough to warrant failures.
I mean, for the 5 days they had off, these should have been immaculate.
The pain of Bud's is not personal. It's up to each student to prove he wants to be here.
Well, I think we have a winner.
This is the group that passed the room inspection. Guys like this might have failed the personnel inspection, but at least he passed the room inspection.
I see swaybacks, see heads hanging. I'm going to take this as a conceding defeat. If you're told to do something, you got a time limit to do it. You'll focus all of your energy and power on getting that task done. If you're told to do a muster, you move 100 miles an hour, find your boat crew leader, and you get a muster. It better be fast. If you're told to go hit the surf, you will sprint to the surf. You'll get completely wet and you'll get back. Sprinting. And believe me, if you get caught not sprinting, if you get caught screwing off, we'll find you and we will make you pay. This is just regular training. Start making you pay, that's extra. Maybe that's during lunch. Maybe you get an MRE. Get your ass handed to you during lunch. Maybe we'll have you come in a little bit early. Knock out some 8 counts. You don't want to be one of those people, gents. Recover, get a muster.
Sundays should be spent cleaning their room, and they know they got inspection, they can see the schedule. So now they know I'm going to look under the bed for dust, and Aaron's going to look on top of the dresser for dust. And next inspection, they should have a big improvement.
83 assigned, 81 present.
Who's missing?
2 people quit earlier.
Who?
Rockman and Butters.
That's how you give your musters. You have 83 assigned, 81 present, and then you start naming off who's missing and where the hell they are.
Yeah.
From now on.
After 9 hours of push-ups, surf passage, running, and more push-ups, the only thought in every student's mind is to make it through the final 2 hours of day 1.
What the hell are you guys doing? Get it up! Get it up! You guys better stay with the count! I'm not gonna wait on you! And if you fall behind, you're screwed!
Stress and exhaustion can destroy self-confidence. Student Leg uses pain to maintain his motivation.
I don't see myself not liking it any more than I do now. And I'm having a blast with it now. It's tough, but it's still fun. So as long as it stays tough and fun, I'll stay with it.
Get those lines up! If it touches your head, it's Old Miss for you. Old Miss is a beautiful thing. Go see instructor Patch on Old Misery. Hurry up!
The only thing worse than lifting the regular 150-pound telephone poles is lifting Old Misery. Misery is a 450-pound reminder that teamwork is the only solution for success.
Shoulder position, move.
It's said that Old Misery loves company, but nobody loves misery.
Problem is, not everybody's putting out. So that means we got to work on some teamwork. That means we got to work on some strength. So why don't we start all over again? Right hand, starting position, move. I have never been under Old Miss. When I went through training, I never went to Old Miss. Thank God.
What?
Instructor Pat Stone is probing each student's commitment to the boat crew's leader and to each other. The only way off Old Misery is to work together as a crew.
Get it up there, 1! Okay. Right hand, shoulder position, move.
Nice. Oh, dropping the log, that's a penalty. You'll pay for that later.
8, 4, 4, up, 8, 4.
I realize that this exercise can tire your shoulders, so now we will work on something else. Squats. Down. Get your hands on the log. Up.
2.
Down. Up.
3.
Down. Up.
Oh.
Down. Up. In order to get off this log and go back on your own small little log that weighs a hell of a lot less than this, you're going to have to keep that log extended arm for 45 seconds. Get it the first time, go back to your log. Whenever you're ready. Time has started.
Come on, Devin, put it.
Do it right the first time, and you're done.
Almost there.
Last crew did it.
Come on.
Last crew did it first shot.
Almost there, come on. Keep it up. Almost there, come on. Come on.
Keep it up. Come on.
Oh, no. Right hand shoulder position move. Gentlemen, you had 4 seconds left. 4 seconds left, and you would be back on your small little log. However, you did not make the time, so let's work on your strength training. 4 count overheads. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you had 4 more seconds in you right now, you'd be on your log. Okay, 45 seconds. Who's the coxswain of this crew? Who are you?
Yeah, Search Pet Zone.
Who are you?
Ensign Holly, Search Pet Zone.
Ensign Holly. I don't like this little defeatist attitude you've developed. If we see that attitude, it just makes us want to crush you. If you accept defeat again, I'll bring you right back over and I'll make it twice as hard.
Let's do it, fellas. Let's do it.
Standard arm, get it up.
Let's go. Keep the legs up.
Whenever you get it off your head, we'll start the time.
Get up closer to it.
Right hand shoulder position move. Mr. Holly, do you need to switch anybody around on this log?
Hey, somebody needs to get up front. I'll get up front.
You realize, Mr. Holly, that this is your log. You are in charge of it, just like you're in charge of a boat.
Here we are.
You might need to spread your power around. Standard arm, 45 seconds. Get it up. And time has started. Everybody works together, everybody works equal. Not all that bad.
Almost there. Come on, fellas.
Get it up, keep it up.
Keep it up, get that thing up. 4 seconds. Come on.
Log PT is fairly easy on your regular log. As long as everybody's putting out, holding their weight. Keep it up. And right hand shoulder position move. Right hand starting position move. Yeah, you can't forget about that penalty. Gentlemen, if you want to come back, just feel free to shut up on your old log. Go. Get their asses kicked. They always do.
As the day grinds on, the entire class is tired, but Walker's boat crew is failing.
Get it up!
Put out!
Come on down there!
Put out!
Come on!
We're definitely looking for teamwork issues and leadership issues.
Step!
An evolution like this, you really start to see the weak links or the guys in the class doesn't like because they're holding them back.
Up! Come on!
Those guys that are falling down, doing all that stuff, you know, there's no excuse for that. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They just haven't overcome that barrier mentally.
Get it up! I cannot do this by myself. All those guys, face the line. Come on! Albers, go to the other side.
Body language tells the story. Some of Walker's crew have quit trying. The instructors watch but do nothing. They know that when students get a reputation for weakness, the class will eventually find out and bring peer pressure upon the ineffectual students to either perform or quit.
What's your problem? I feel dizzy. I feel dehydrated.
Up.
Apparently not drinking enough water.
Roll the log off your shoulder. Don't roll the log off.
I'm starting to see
Tweety bird swimming around your head.
Stars.
Tweety bird's gonna be spinning around your head in a minute. Go get a drink. Get back here.
Yeah.
Hurry up. Okay, to get off this log, to get back on your tiny little log. Standard arm, 45 seconds. Get it up.
While Old Misery teaches another boat crew about teamwork, Class 234 is learning why it pays to be a winner.
Right now I'm doing this to their legs because all day they've had a lot of upper body work, a lot of shoulders, so I'm going to get their legs for a little bit, give them a break on the shoulders.
Winners over here!
Yeah! Booyah!
Get
it up there!
There's a method to our madness.
Are you back to your normal self?
HCU Schaefer, Instructor Pat Stone.
You always talk that stupid, or is this normal for you?
I'm a little tired and weak right now.
Yeah, and you want me to
No excuses.
rub your belly? Rub your belly, pat your bottom. What'd your mom do? What'd your mom massage your shoulders a little bit? This is day one. Everybody else is out there. They're getting their ass beat just like you are. They're dealing with it.
Yeah, Instructor Pat Stone.
A lot of times they're in the super hard stuff. They'll get a little bit dehydrated. If they didn't get a good lunch, they only had a sandwich rather than 3 sandwiches, their blood glucose will get a little bit low and they'll get a little funky. He was pretty much with it mentally. He answered my questions well. His lips were good, his pulse was good, so he's good to go. But just put him in the back of my head as somebody to keep an eye on. You ready to get on your log?
I'm weak, but I need to get back with my team.
Start feeling super stupid, come on back.
We are starting to pass, so.
There are 4 classes a year at Buds, and Class 234 is a winter class. Winter classes have the highest dropout rate because of the cold.
Who are you?
It's Gary.
It's Gary. These are your men. This is your log. You're in charge of it. You're in charge of them. Tell them where they need to go and what they need to do.
Buds is a war of attrition, a contest of luck and commitment. Each student must demonstrate a dedication to remain in training no matter the hardship. The irony is that commitment alone is not always enough to guarantee success.
Once, please, just hold your hand there. I don't give a f if you're trying or not. Do it. Vader, do you have any weight up there? Crider, sit down.
It happened yesterday at log PT and it went numb. Kept sliding out of socket on the O course. I just got a loose socket. I'm gonna have to have reconstructive surgery on it.
I can't move my left arm. I don't know, it's just numb.
The surgery they're talking about that I'm gonna have to have on my shoulder is pretty serious. It takes a long time to recover, and if I come back, I don't know if my shoulder will be in good enough shape to go through the training.
This is like the first time you've ever been tested, isn't it?
Negative, I've been tested in the past.
Oh, you've been tested harder than this?
Negative,
Did
not
you fail
harder
then?
than this. Negative.
Have you been tested this hard ever in your life?
Never.
So you're telling me that you're failing?
Yeah.
Is that acceptable to you?
Negative.
Winning here is a conscious decision. In your head, you have to make up your mind whether you want to pass, you want to help out, you want to be a part of our community, or you can choose to fail and just get out of here.
Something I've always wanted to do. 25, and now was the time to try it before I got too old, but my body didn't let me this time, so I'm pretty disheartening when you want something really bad and it just doesn't work out.
Let's go win it! Win this!
Get up the bed, get up. Before Hell Week, I don't think it's specific evolutions that gets them. I think it's a compilation of everything. But tomorrow morning, there'll be a couple of people sitting on the bench. That's usually when it starts out tomorrow morning. Their knees start hurting from log PT. Their shoulders start hurting from log PT. Legs are hurting from running to the surf. Their bodies overall just start taking a beat. And that's usually when you start seeing the quitters.
Down low! Down low!
The first week, they get pounded. And even the second week is hard.
All right, Gregor, let's get out there. Good job.
Third week is harder than that. Time has started. Hit it up.
Push up.
That's right. Everybody works together. Everybody works hard.
Halfway there.